Shout out to the chat. Shout out to these YouTube streets. On my way downtown, you guys. The buses don't move until after 6 o'clock in the morning, so we're gonna make this quick, as quick as we can. So it's after 3:30 in the morning. It's after 3:30 in the morning. It takes me an hour to walk to my destination downtown. So this is your home girl, Bosa, 914 Washington County, New York. The BT 1000. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my life. Welcome to my house. Welcome to my chat. And I'm going to say some things in Swahili. I hope everyone understands. Habari za hasaburi. Karibu ni umbani kewango. Kuvuta kiti. Kachini. Kumpumzika. Marafiki unakaribishwa. Yo, shout out to the chat. Highly favored, good morning. Good morning, highly favored. I thought maybe you would be asleep. Highly favored, is this your first time walking with me? Is this your first? No, you walked with me before, but I think you was always in the bushes sometime. Or sometime I would go live and I'll already be downtown. So good morning, highly favored. Thank you for coming in. I got on my jacket. No? Oh, okay. Well, this is going to be an experience. I got on my jacket because it's a little chilly today. It's a little on the brisk side today. And I didn't want to come out here with just the short sleeves on. Because for some reason, I can't seem to find my sweatshirt. I can't seem to find my sweatshirt with the sleeves. So I had to put on the jacket. And I didn't feel like wearing my hoodie. I didn't feel like wearing the hoodie. So it's okay for me to have the jacket on. Good morning, Thick Cut. Thick Cut, I thought you would be asleep because Tommy Sotomayor was up late last night. Tommy Sotomayor was up late last night. He was doing the video about what was going on Twitter about the FBA. Shout out to the chat. Who is that? Yeah. Good morning. Yeah, I was in the chat for a little while. I didn't tippity type, but I was listening. And he made some very good points. About the conscience community, because they are people sometimes. It depends on which group you're in. They concentrate on your skin tone. They concentrate if you have a big nose and thick lips. They concentrate on stuff like that. Because my father, when he was growing up in New York, one of his biggest complaints was people kept saying that he was not black. They kept saying that he was Puerto Rican or he was Dominican, and they be up there speaking Spanish to him, and he didn't understand a word of Spanish. So he told me, he said, Ray, I know It's kind of late in your life, but I need you to learn that Spanish. Just learn a little phrases here and there. Learn a little phrases here and there. So I started studying Spanish, and I started studying Swahili. Now, the Swahili I did on my own. I did on my own because what I wanted to do was mix the Spanish with the Swahili. Like have my own personal code to talk to my people. Like out here in the streets. Yup, that's what he said. And he's very correct in what he was saying. He's very correct in what he was saying. And I was listening to him, but of course I was sleepy, so I went to bed. Then I had to get up early this morning, take my shower, throw on my clothes, and head on out the door. But I will be catching the replay. I don't know what else to say about that particular subject, but I do know that people in the conscience community, depending on which group they're with, depending on which group they're in, they concentrate on bullshit like that. Like when I was growing up in New York, there were certain people that knew who my father was, and they used to tell me and my brother that we was not black, that we were hybrids. They didn't understand what we were doing in a black neighborhood, and my brother was like, "Girl, we black." I said, "I know these people are just ignorant." But one thing I do like, there's only one conscience group that I like, and that is the Nation of Islam. I'm sorry, I just can't agree with certain people about the Nation of Islam. I gotta say, for my own self, that I never had issues with them. Never had issues with any of the members. One of the members, he used to do security for the Nation of Islam years ago. And basically what he does now, he hands out the booklets and the workbooks for the lessons. And he taught me a lot. The stuff that my brother didn't teach me, he taught me. So shout out to them. Shout out to them. Yeah. Let me read the comment. Hold on. If you ain't black, your features surely say yes. You see the thing. I don't have the big nose. I don't have the vacuum cleaner nose, but I have the thick lips. I have the dark skin. It's not shoe polish black, but I know I'm black. Regardless of what anybody say, I know which part of Africa my people come from. So I'm very comfortable in knowing what I know. But just imagine growing up in a house where you are being told that you don't matter, that you ain't shit, you ain't never gonna be shit, the people you come from ain't shit, and I don't mean no harm. When I was in foster care, and even after the adoptions, those social workers, the county, and everyone that had something to do with my case, my placement, and the family I was in, they did not want me to know anything about my family. They did not want me to know anything about my family. And I think that is terrible. That's terrible. You black in America, you already being told you ain't shit, you ain't never gonna be shit, you ain't never gonna have shit, you ain't never gonna go nowhere. And for people to tell you, you don't have the right to know your last name. You don't have the right to know what your bloodline is. Yo, I was so glad when I met them. I was so glad when I met my biological family, my original family. And I found out a lot of shit. I found out a lot of shit. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, shout out to the chat. Yeah, man. And I never forgave them for doing that. I never forgave them for doing it. And I don't know what their reasons were. I really don't. Because it's pointless to take a child in your home, to raise that child a certain way, and then tell them that they're adopted, that they're not really family, they will never be family, and it wasn't important for us to know our true background. It wasn't important for us to know who our relatives were. Yo, when I found out who my relatives were and which families I'm related to, I rejoiced. I rejoiced. Now, some of these family members I didn't meet right away when I came to New York. I met them later. And it's usually around the time funerals happen. Because my Aunt Cynthia, she had passed away. So everyone from Boston, Rhode Island, different places in the United States had came to the funeral. They all came to the funeral. When my father died, same thing. Same thing. And I was doing some research on my great-grandfather, and I found one of his old addresses that he lived at when he was in New Rochelle, New York, with his family. He lived there with great-grandma Barbosa, my grandmother, my grandmother's siblings, and so forth and so forth. So I started learning a lot about my family, and then around the time I came to New York to meet everyone, I met my grandmother's sisters. And one of my grandmother's sisters is the grandmother of C.L. Smooth. That's what we found out, that C.L. Smooth is Aunt Pam's grandson. Shout out to the chat. But we never knew that because we didn't grow up together. We was all separated. We was all separated. And I still can't figure out to this day why those crackers, those racist crackers, were so concerned about keeping my family divided, keeping us separated, not letting us know nothing. When we found out who was who, the people that handled our case, handled the placement from the DSS office in White Plains, New York, when they found out that we knew who our people was and they came to the house, they was mad as fuck. They was pissed. And my adopted family wasn't too happy about it either. But I don't understand why people would feel threatened by people they say ain't shit, don't have shit, don't come from shit. You know what I mean? My father, even though he fucked up in the early part of his life, getting in trouble and all that stuff, my father turned his life around and he got himself a job in Port Chester, New York, just when he was living. And he became a registered nurse. My father was actually working in a hospital, and he worked there until he couldn't work there no more. He became disabled. So shout out to my father. He died. Shout out to him. And my grandmother, you know, I found out what kind of work she did during World War II. I found out that my grandfather was a World War II veteran. He has served in the Navy. And these are things to be proud of, not to be ashamed of or to shun away from. You know what I mean? I'm proud that my grandfather fought in World War II. He was a Navy man. I'm proud of the fact that my Uncle Charlie went into the Navy and he served during Vietnam. I'm proud of the fact that I have a cousin with the last name Textora. He fought during the Vietnam War. He was a Marine. And that man was a hero. And what is so shameful and so disgusting about this country is that they don't take care of their veterans. They don't do anything for them. The veterans got to fight for everything they get, their money, their housing. Some of them go out and work, part-time jobs, full-time jobs, but they're treated like shit when they come back home after serving this country. They should be getting parades every year for them, 5 times a year. You know what I mean? Not just Memorial Day, every day. Every day. But it should be certain seasons of the year where they have their own particular celebrations, their own particular parades. Because now we got these young people thinking it's a terrible thing to go into the service. One of my nephews is in the service, and he has a darn good job. He got 3 college degrees. He's married. He has a child. He has his own home. He has a career. Shout out to him. You know what I mean? Word. I got siblings that went into the military. There's nothing wrong with going into the military. One of my biological brothers, he was in the military. He went into the Army after high school. After a couple of years, he got out. He went to the National Guard. He went down there to where 9/11 was to help clean up down there. And I don't mean no harm, but he's the only one from his platoon that's still living. Everyone else got sick. Everyone else died. My brother, my biological brother, my little brother is the only one that survived out of everyone in his platoon. And it's shameful that I got brothers and sisters I did not grow up with. So I miss me with we don't have a right to know who we are, where we come from, where our people come from, and what our people have done since they've been on the earth. My grandfather is gone. My grandmother is gone. My father is gone. My 2 aunts are gone. Some of my cousins are not here no more. I mean, I remember that year I met my cousin Ray Ray. Michelle. 10 minutes after I walked away, after I met him, hugged him, some assholes came by and killed him. Shot him dead. They shot him dead because he decided to do the wrong thing. He decided to be in the streets and start selling drugs. And he was in the wrong area. He was on the wrong territory. He was on the wrong street. He was on the wrong corner. And them niggas try to run him from there. But my cousin was always trying to hold his ground. He was always trying to hold his ground 10 toes down. He didn't give a fuck. And when them dudes came, they shot him. They lit him up. And my biological brother was there. He heard the gunshots. He ran back. And my cousin died in my brother's arms. So, miss me with, I don't need to know who I am and where I'm from and who my people are. Miss me with that. That's why I took my grandmother's maiden name, Barbosa. 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 And I'm proud of that name. It has some meaning to me. It may not mean nothing to nobody else. It's not supposed to mean anything to anybody else. Because all them other people that got something to say about that, they can kiss my ass. Get 2 scoops right up their ass and fuck them. You know, they can suck a bag of dicks, get the 2 scoops right up their ass. I don't give a fuck about them haters. Yeah, we got a lot of haters in the sector. Motherfuckers be questioning stuff when they should be minding their business. You got questions about this and that, this person and that person, what this person did, where that person is from, and what they got, when you should be minding your own business and doing your content. But some people in the sector don't have no content. Some people don't have none. And that's the truth. As you see, I'm walking down the street. Good morning, Frank. Good morning, Frank Nitty. Oh, Frank, I gotta get on the sidewalk a little bit. There go a car right around there. See, that's why people keep telling me, don't be walking down this dark road, because the cars be coming and I don't see them right away. But I just happened to look down in the chat and seeing Frank Nitty typing in, and I wanted to say good morning to him, but at the same time, my eyes started lifting up. You know, I got to be aware of what's going on around me. In front of me and back of me, on the sides. Look at another car getting ready to come. Look at this. And there's a bend. This street bends. This street bends. I've been lucky so far. To even come walking this way. Even if I was on a bicycle, I would still have to come this way. I would still have to, because this is the bicycle lane that I'm walking in right now. Check this out. Bicycle lane. Good morning, Donna. Shout out to you. Shout out to Frank Nitty, Donna, and Thick Cut. And shout out to anyone else that's in the chat that I haven't seen yet. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. We're on our way downtown. We're doing our morning walk. And as I was explaining, I got to get around this bend. Once I get around this bend and get back on the straight sidewalk or the straight road, I'm good to go. But I've been lucky so far. Thank God we ain't got people out here that's just driving all reckless and crazy. Because this bend right here, see, I can't see nothing right away. But I see the car coming, so I already know to move to the side. Even though I'm in the bicycle lane, motherfuckers will still try to swipe you. This is South Carolina. This ain't no New York. This ain't New Jersey. This ain't Connecticut. This ain't Virginia. This is fucking South Carolina. I've been here for a couple of years. I know how these motherfuckers get down. They like to drive all crazy. They like to drive all fast. And trust me, they be trying to clip people. And I don't think that shit funny at all. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, here comes another one. Let me get on in the grass area a little bit. See, there's no sidewalk right here. This is just grass. There's no sidewalk right here. It's just the bicycle lane. Now, I only got a few more feet to go to get to the point where I can actually see everything more clear. Shout out to the chat. Yeah. So the name of the game right now is to see everything more clear. I remember one time I was walking down here and I was going live, doing just like I'm doing now, where y'all can face the street. Y'all seeing the street as I'm walking up it. And somebody in the chat had wrote in the chat, somebody was hiding in the bushes. So I was like, what? Somebody's hiding in the bushes? I said, let me get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I hurry up and speed up that street. And then the person typed in later they was only playing. I understand the joke. Trust me. Because if I was watching somebody do what I'm doing right now, I would have joke too. Shout out to the chat. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Habari za hasaburi. Habari za hasaburi. My people, welcome to my channel. Welcome to my chat. Welcome to my life. Welcome. The BT 1000 welcomes you. And everyone in the chat has been knowing me for years. Everyone that's in my chat right now has been knowing me for years and years. So that what makes the walk even better. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Yeah. So every now and then I'll stop and read the chat so I can converse with my people. Because I don't want to just be talking and not conversing with my people who are supporting me in my walk to freedom. You're supporting my walk to freedom because I'm trying to get on an employment ticket today through the temp service, and hopefully I'll be successful today. That's why I'm leaving early in the morning. That's why I'm leaving. Today is Monday. Somebody might not show up. A new ticket might pop up for all I know. Shout out to the chat. But there was one ticket we was working on not too far from here. Matter of fact, we getting ready to come up on the street and we're going to look down that street and I'm going to point in a direction where that other ticket was at. That ticket ended over a week ago. And the reason why I know that ticket ended, and now at first I was under the impression that maybe somebody that was working on the ticket with me that morning had fucked up, because we do have some fuck ups. We do have some people that will, see this old dude right here. You gotta watch these people. You gotta watch them. I don't trust none of them. I always wait for them to pass because I don't know if I walk in front, and this has happened to me before, walk in front of the car thinking everything's all good, everything's Gucci, and the motherfucker take off and try to almost hit me. Almost. The next time that shit happens, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to lay right down. I'm going to lay right down on the ground, and we all going to lay down on the ground together. And I'm going to take my other phone out of my pocket, and I'm going to call 911 for an ambulance, and we're going to wait right there until the ambulance come. See, anything happen to me, any clipping, any tapping, I'm falling right down on the ground. I'm going to the hospital. I'm getting a police report done. Oh, yes, I'm going to sue the shit out of them people. If they don't kill me, trust me, I'm suing the fuck out of them. Shout out to the chat. Okay, we getting ready to walk up to the street where the ticket was at. Okay, I'm getting ready to point y'all in that direction. You see this direction right here? Where you see the club lights at? This right here, I gotta be careful because the traffic sometimes. Right here, down the street is where that ticket was at. That ticket ended 2 weeks ago. Instead of the woman telling me, okay, the ticket ended, we gonna put you on something else, she don't say anything. But she let all them drug addicts and all them alcoholics get on the fucking tickets. And guess what? When they be fucked up real bad in the game, they don't even last a whole fucking hour. Some people come back in 30 minutes to the fucking office. But y'all don't hear me though. Y'all don't fucking hear me. And you know what I think? I think the lady do got an attitude with me because I no longer live downtown. I no longer live downtown because I have an apartment up here in North Charleston. That's not my fucking fault that I have an apartment and I'm not living on the street. And when you living on the street and when you got some kind of addiction going on, people think that they can take advantage of you. And people will play you to the left. They will play you to the left like a fucking duck. And everyone in this chat know that I'm telling the goddamn truth. I am so glad. I am so glad I put down that bottle 3 months ago. I put down that bottle 3 months ago. And every now and then I be thinking about it, but then I know where it's going to take me. I already know. It's been too long now. It's been too long. If I was to pick up a drink right now, I can just hang it up. Just go ahead, get the apartment closed out, go ahead and sign myself into a rehab somewhere if I pick up the next time. And I have no plans on picking up. People talking about people, places, and things. No, sometimes people, places, and things is the person inside the fucking mirror. It's the person inside the fucking mirror. Just like I was thinking that the alcohol had destroyed my life or was destroying my life or, making my life difficult. But no, it wasn't the alcohol. Now the alcohol is gone. Who can I fucking blame? I better look in the fucking mirror. Shout out to the chat. Just like I'm in that apartment by myself. If anything go wrong in that apartment, who's to blame? It ain't none of my neighbors. It ain't the people at the store. Look in the mirror. Shout out to the chat. Yeah. So basically, that's my conclusion. That's my conclusion about alcoholism and alcohol abuse. And I don't mean no harm, but there are some days I have my good days and I have my bad days. And today, right now, I would say my day is going pretty good so far. So far. Shout out to the chat. I want to thank everyone for coming in into the chat, walking with me on this walk. I've done this walk many, many times, so I'm used to doing it. And if I don't get put on a ticket, I would just have to make a U-turn and walk right back. Walk right back to my house. But by that time, the sun will be up. Shout out to the chat. Yeah. So, here we go. And we're not that far from the destination. And let me look at what time it is. Oh, shit. It's 2 minutes to 4. So we're making good time. We should be at that destination a few minutes to 5. Maybe 15 minutes to 5, maybe 10 minutes to 5, depending on the traffic. Because I didn't come out earlier. I started out maybe 30 minutes later than what I usually do. I remember one morning I walked out of my house at 4 o'clock and headed down this way, and I didn't get to that office until about 5:30. I thought I was late. I thought I wasn't going to be able to get on a ticket, and I was able to get on a ticket that particular morning. So I hope the same thing runs true for today, because I need that money. I need every dime I can get. I need every dime I can get. Yo, check this out, you guys. Check this out. A few weeks ago, now it's been like almost a month, but I'm going to say it's been a month now. A month ago, I wrote my brother a letter because the house phone, the landline that my mother had installed, the woman that raised me installed years ago, the phone is no longer in service. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, they just don't want to pay that bill, X, Y, and Z. So I didn't think none of it. Some say, Ray, get you a piece of paper, get you a couple of stamps, get you an envelope, address the envelope to that house. And I just basically asked him for some simple items. Any paperwork that has my name on it, any pictures that I am in, I want all of that. I want all of that in my possession. So I asked him for it. I requested this stuff. I haven't heard from him yet. Now, maybe I made the mistake of not including my phone number in with that letter, but I'm going to tell you something. I really don't want people to be calling me. I really don't need anyone to be calling me right now from that family, because all of them are in cahoots some way, somehow. I just feel that these motherfuckers are running some roughshod, because before Birdman had passed away, I had asked Birdman, this was months before Birdman had passed, and I asked Birdman, I said, Birdman, if I give you a number to call X, Y, and Z, you think you're going to be able to do it? He said, yeah, give me the number. Because he had just dropped me off at the house. So I want him to do that favor for me. He called the number I told him to call. The person that he spoke to, which is my that lady's grandson, he said that he was going to call Birdman back. He never called Birdman back. So I said, well, call again. I said, let's wait a month and you call again. He did it again. This time there was no response. There was no answer. And he came back to me. He said, Arabia, I don't mean no harm, but I think that them niggas is doing something shiesty. I said, what you mean by that? He said, just think about it. Think about it. How long have you been knowing them? Did you grow up with them? You know their routine. You know their behavior. You know how they think. What you think they doing? They're not calling you. They're not informing you on nothing that's happening about that house or nothing else. He said, Ray, I don't mean no harm. I think they all working together. Now, people, I'm going to tell you about people. People will work together with the enemy and then come to you and say they're not working with the enemy. People will do that. Family especially. I don't think my brother would do. After Birdman had passed, I was like, maybe I should write a letter You know what I mean? But see, I didn't get a response from my brother, so now I have to write all the other letters. I have to send all the other letters out. They have to go out this week. Shout out to the chat. So it is what it is. Because I find it very strange that one of my sisters, she was working, because I got two sisters that I grew up with in that house. Both of them lived together. Last time I looked, both of them was in Virginia. Okay, so these young ladies, everywhere they go, they move together. They have families. They take themselves and their families, and they all live together for years. They've been doing this for years. They have been doing this ever since they left that house. Shout out to the chat. They have been doing it ever since they left that house. So I know something very strange is going on. Because one of my sisters, she had a good paying job somewhere in Virginia, and I have found out where she worked. So I was like, oh, blase. So when I tried to get in touch with her, I was unable to get in touch with her. So I kind of figured maybe she ain't working there no more. And she's a veteran too. She served in the military too. So she's used to moving here and moving there. But like I said, when they move, they got to take their whole family with them. But now this is my youngest sister, the one I grew up with. Most of her children are grown up. Most of her children are grown. I'm not saying they don't live with their mother, because I believe they do. And this is what children do sometimes. Even after they turn 18, they still live on with the mother. But I think some funny, shiesty shit is going on. And like I told Birdman before he left this earth, I said, look, I don't mean no harm, but they don't need, the only time they're going to really get in touch with me is when somebody else dies, when someone else passes away. That's when they're going to get in touch with me. That's when they're going to find my phone number. That's when they're going to try to come to my address down here in North Charleston, because that's what those niggas do. That's what those niggas do. When somebody dies, all of a sudden, they know your phone number. All of a sudden, they know your email address. All of a sudden, they know how to get on Facebook or Instagram or wherever social media is and get in touch. All of a sudden. I told Birdman, I said, man. And Birdman passed away. So now I have to deal with everything on my own by myself. And I liked it better when he was dealing with them, because that meant that I didn't have to do any talking. The only thing I had to do was get up and walk to my destination, or get up and get on the bus and go to the destination, or get up and get in the car and go to my destination. Shout out to the chat. So I heard that Ears to the Streets went live yesterday. Oh, man. In my opinion, everyone, there's some bullshit going on in this sector. It's some bullshit going on in this sector. It's ridiculous, because sometimes you could be on these YouTube streets and you could look and see exactly what's going on, exactly what's happening. But then you be like, fuck that shit. I'm not interested in that. So I went over there and watched Tommy Sotomayor until my eyes couldn't watch Tommy Sotomayor anymore. I'm subscribed, so when he went live, I was able to go in there and put my eyes on what he, was presenting to his audience, to the chat. They were doing a Twitter content where they were talking about the FBA and how certain groups in the conscience community are very, I guess, how do you say, they don't really have any real unity going on with them. Certain conscience community groups. That does not include the Nation of Islam. The Nation of Islam, as far as I'm concerned, is the realest group out there. It's the realest group out there. They are totally for black people. They don't care about your skin shade. They don't care about what you look like. They don't care if your grandparents lived through Jim Crow. They don't care if your ancestors were slaves. They don't care about none of that. Just as long as you are black and you pledge your allegiance to them and you work with them, and everything's smooth, everything is gravy, everything is Gucci with them. Shout out to the chat. Yeah. So this is the building me and Mr. Montgomery worked on a few years ago. Only thing we had to do was come in and clean out this whole building. This whole building right here. From the top floor to the bottom floor. From the top floor to the bottom floor. And that was a couple of years ago. Matter of fact, that's when I was still homeless out here. And I was working for the other company. Yep, I remember that. So I'm not that far from where I'm going. I'm not that far at all. They got some bicycles right here. That's a bicycle pump right here for the people to pump air into their tires. And those are some of the bikes. You can purchase the bike. Well, not purchase it, but rent it for an hour. But you have to have a credit card, or your money got to be on your phone a certain way. It's got to be in your Google Wallet, so you can rent out one of those bikes for at least an hour. At least an hour. And people just take those bikes and leave them all over the city. Leave them all over the city. And then they'll come out with the little trucks once a week, and they'll pick up all the bicycles and take them to their destinations, their rightful destinations, where they're supposed to be. Because like I said, all those bikes got cheap GPS on them. Every last one. I remember when the city started that. They started that program. It used to be all the bikes were free. If you found a city bike, you can just take it and just ride it. You know what I mean? Then people was not returning the bike, or people was losing the bike, or the bikes were getting stolen. So the city said, let's collect the bikes we got. Let's issue out the new bikes. And this time, everyone has to pay. One bad apple fucks up everything. Fucks up everything for everyone else. Shout out to the chat. Even that deco ticket we was working on. There was a demolition ticket we was working on right here in this area. I don't see nobody going to that job. I don't see nobody going to that job. I remember the last time we was over there, which was over a month ago. And there was one particular morning I came to the office and she had to get everybody out the office before 5:30. So we all had to get in the car and get a ride over here. We had to get a ride over here. And we worked from 5:30 that morning until 1:30 that afternoon. 1:30, we all got off. We all went to the office. We all turned in our equipment. And, we got paid out. That's the way it goes. Shout out to the chat. I don't know why the city is having a hard time doing this grass, cutting this grass. Hey, Mika, good morning. Good morning, Mika. Highly favored. Frank Nitty. Thick cut. So shout out to everyone that came into the chat. Good morning, Mika. Yeah. I'm just on my way downtown, Mika. I should be there shortly. How you been doing, Mika? I know I've been seeing you in some of the chats. It's good to see you. It's real good to see you. Familiar face doing the walk with me. I don't know if you're at work or if you're at home chilling. But yeah, I'm on it. I'm on the grind early this morning. It's Monday. I'm trying to see if I can get on a kite somewhere, get on a ticket somewhere, and get some money. Shout out to the chat. Because your girl is hungry. No, for real. I did eat yesterday. I ate yesterday and I ate last night. But for some reason, I just got this feeling for pizza. That's what I feel like eating today. But every time I say I want to eat pizza, I always end up buying hamburgers and bread and a thing of eggs. Then I'll buy some more toilet paper, dishwashing soap, all that stuff. I got to keep in mind, I got to keep up when I'm supposed to pay this phone bill. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, man. Yep, Mika, we on our walk. We on our grind this morning. Now, last week, Mika, I didn't come out on Monday. So when I came out on that Tuesday, I took the bus. When I went out that Wednesday, I took the bus. So I'm walking this morning because ain't no buses moving this early. And I got to get there before 5 o'clock. That's the only way I'm going to be able to get on the ticket, because now I don't have to sign in on the paper. I got to type in my information on the tablet. And then I got to keep checking the window and talking to the dispatcher and see if I'm even going to go out today. Now on Mondays, there's no guarantee. There's no guarantee I'm going to go out. But I'm at least going to put in the effort. I'm going to at least try to get on me a ticket and stay there all day. And hopefully if I'm on the ticket and if we can get a repeat, so I don't have to worry about if I'm going to be on a ticket tomorrow, if I'm going to be working tomorrow or not. You know what I mean? Shout out to the chat. Yeah, there go the bushes. Mika. Yo, for real though, people do be sleeping in them bushes, but they haven't been doing it in a while. You know what? Nobody has done what I've done when I was homeless. I noticed that. I noticed niggas don't do what I used to do when I was homeless. Yes, we used to sleep out here on the streets, but there was moments and there were times when I would work enough days to collect enough money where I could take myself to a motel for either 2 days, 3 days, a week, a month. And then when Birdman used to find me, because I would always call him, be like, yo, come over, blah, blah, blah. He would come over. And we would stay in the motel room. That way we didn't have to be out in the street. And that way he didn't have to fool with his fucking family. Because his family had a funny style with him. They wouldn't let him live with them, nothing. He couldn't spend the night. He was sleeping in his car. I know he was glad when I had ended up in a room up there on Decatur, I want to say Decatur Avenue or Decatur Street. It's right there in North Charleston. It's off Dorchester Road. If it's off Dorchester Road. Yo, he was so glad when I moved there. Because once he found out where I was at, he just came right on in. He came right on in. He knew what he had to do to keep the house going, to keep me going. So we didn't have no problems. We didn't really have no real issues. Shout out to the chat. Yep. Yep. So that's the fire department across the street. Because we work not too far from the fire department. Now that ticket, I don't know what happened to that ticket. I don't want to say that the people no, they did fuck up the ticket. Because one of the dudes, he was drunk and he kept falling down. I remember that day. He fell more than once. And then some of the other people were drunk too. So that didn't make nothing no better. And I guess the guy was saying to himself, he's tired of dealing with these drunks and these drug addicts. Half of the people, and I don't mean no harm, you guys. I want y'all to listen to me. I want y'all to listen. Yo, there's this guy that works there at this company I'm going to right now. I've been knowing him for years. He has a wife. He is married to a woman. He is a veteran. I don't mean no harm, you guys. The VA ended up finding him an apartment in North Charleston, not too far from where I live. It's like further up the street though. Don't you know this nigga lost his apartment? How does a veteran, and he's not the only one that's doing this. There's plenty of other people that will get apartments or places to stay. They'll get a placement. And then they'll do something and fuck it up. And I don't mean no harm. They're not being monitored. Nobody's really coming to the house checking on them. Nothing like that. It's just that these motherfuckers, they get in their feelings because they don't want to pay. I'm gonna give you a perfect example. They don't want to pay the light bill. And down here, when your lights go off for non-payment, guess what? You get evicted. And that's exactly what the fuck happened to him and his old lady. And he's a veteran. And the only thing that makes me mad about him, he thinks drinking alcohol is more important than having a fucking roof over his damn head. Now where are these people sleeping at? I'm going to tell you where they sleeping at the parking garage. Down here, not too far from where the office is at. They're over there at that parking garage up there off of Calhoun. I know exactly where these people are at. because they know not to be in the open where the police can see them. Because now when the police catch them in certain places after a certain time of night, they get a ticket. And depending on the officer, depending on who it is that give you the ticket, you might be in jail for 30 days. You might be in jail for 30 days. They are not playing with these homeless people. But I'm real disappointed with him because he's a veteran and he should have known better. He should have known better. But I knew something strange was going on with him because, okay, let's say that we all go out on this ticket together today. Everyone that's in the chat, let's say that we all go out on this ticket together, right? Right? And we get our money. We get our money, okay? We get paid at the end of the day. We get our money. We go home. Whatever bill needs to be paid gets paid. And we don't worry about the streets. We don't worry about the streets. We don't worry about going to an outside soup kitchen to beg people that's doing a service through the church. We're not asking them for work boots. We're not asking them for nothing. This man was still running downtown, begging for food from all the soup kitchens, and then going to the place where they give out the free clothes and the shoes and all that good stuff. He was going there. See, when people get off the street, when people are no longer homeless, you got to stop thinking like you a homeless person. When people start thinking, okay, it's just like me. I'm coming out here right now, right? I already know to be on the lookout for anything funny. Any kind of funny business going on, funny style, I already know what to look out for. All right? And that is stuff I learned way before I became homeless. Now, there's no way in the world I'm going to be in my house. I'm going to work certain jobs, he works all week. He spends all his money on fucking alcohol, him and his old lady. Somebody got to have common sense. She don't have no common sense. She don't work nowhere. She's not even trying to help him. She's not trying to help him with none of the bills, nothing. And this is not the first time they lost their housing. The first time they actually lost their house that they were living in because of their addiction. I'm telling you, man. Being a slave to that shit, that ain't no good. Mika, I see you in the chat laughing. I see. Mika, but for real, man, just pretend that me and you are neighbors, right? And we walking down here, we like, yeah, come on, Ray, come on, get this money. We gotta go to this office and get on this ticket and, whoop the whoop. And we get on the ticket, we get our money, and we might get an Uber or Lyft or get on the bus, or we might walk back home. But 9 times out of 10, we're going to get on that bus, right? We're going to get on the bus. Okay, we go home. Now, let's say you got a bill that you know you got to pay. Ain't you going to put some money towards that bill? And some of these companies, I don't mean no harm. Some of these companies down here, they be like, when your last day is there, and you be like, oh, they be like, yo, just put anything down. Put anything that you got down on the books. And we'll handle the situation later. You know what I mean? He didn't even do that. Yo, he didn't even do that. Yo, I'm real shocked with him. And the only reason why I know he homeless, because he wear the same fucking clothes every fucking day. He don't never look well rested. He don't never look well rested. He always look defeated. And I don't mean no harm. That woman ain't helping him. That woman ain't helping him. They both alcoholics. They both need to go to treatment. But the blind can't lead the blind, right? The blind can't fucking lead the blind. If you're blind, if you can't see, Mika, that means I can't lead you nowhere if I can't see. The only way I can take you anywhere or lead you anywhere is if I can see and if you can't. You know what I mean? Word. Shout out to the chat, man. See, these people already got their Christmas lights on. I'm talking, hey, Mika, I'm talking about one of my co-workers. He's a veteran. Him and his old lady just recently, over a year ago, they moved into their apartment. Not too far from me. He's a veteran. The VA got him that house. He lost the shit. He lost it. Behind what? Alcohol and running the fucking streets. And his woman ain't helping him. That bitch don't work nowhere. And I don't mean no harm, you guys. All this bitch do is sit on the fucking bench all fucking day, drunk up, got a fucking wig on, and I don't mean no harm, but I do mean some harm. Her voice is 10 times deeper than mine. You hear my voice? Don't I got a feminine sounding voice? Don't I sound like a woman? I might not look like a woman. I might look like somebody's daddy. I might look like somebody's uncle. But I'm a bitch. I'm a bitch. And I don't mean no harm. Her voice is 10 times deeper than mine. She wears a wig. I don't get it. I don't get these females. You see your man struggling, at least help your man do something. She ain't helping them do nothing. But sit on a fucking bench, laugh and kick up the heels all day, watching for the police, because the police be watching them little bus stops they be sitting at, and the police be just waiting to bust them. Yeah, so you get what I'm saying, right? Right, Mika? See, Mika, I knew you would get what I was saying. So I'm at this corner right now. I didn't cross the street yet. The motherfucker looking at me. Looking all in my damn face. These some creeps around here. These are some creeps around here. Now look at this other car. Getting ready to make that turn on this corner. And I ain't never seen none of them cars around here before. These people don't live in this area. And why are they running around this early in the morning? Yeah, amiga. Get the eyes in the chat. Get the eyes in the chat. I want you to see everything that's going on. I want everybody in my chat to see what's going on. I hope they can see what's going on. Oh, Lord. I want to thank everyone for coming this morning. I want to thank everyone for visiting with me this morning. And for anyone that has come into the chat, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to my channel. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the life of the BT1000. Welcome to the beginning of my work week. Welcome to the situation that I'm in for right now. Temporary situation. This is all temporary. Life is temporary. Now look at this this trash truck. And they got to keep in circulation all day long until what? 5:30, 6 o'clock. That's when the last trucks come in. And this is a recycling truck, so they got to go to the recycling center up there on Oxley Phosphate and drop their loads. You know what I mean? Word. Shout out to the chat. Yeah. I don't believe these people. These people got their trash on the sidewalk. They know better than that. Hey, Simset, good morning. Thank you for coming in. Shout out to you. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to my life. Because I know you don't usually come into my chat this early in the morning. You're not one of my regulars, but I thank you for coming in and visiting with me. We're doing this walk. We do this walk every now and then, not every day, ever so often, to get on a work ticket through a temp service that I have been dealing with on and off since I've been down here in this area of South Carolina. When I think about it, I should have never left New York. I should have never left. But certain things just happen where it just happens. And the building I was living in went into foreclosure anyway. So no matter what, I would have had to end up moving from where I was at. And I was comfortable in that apartment. I was very comfortable. So right around 2011, that's when the building went into foreclosure. And then they sold the building. Like, I want to say a year later. But they didn't come and change the locks, nothing on that building. I was still able to come in on that front door. I was still able to go upstairs in my apartment. The motherfuckers had everything off though, so the apartment was useless. It was useless. So I had to relinquish, because once you move, you lose. I'm gonna put it like that. Once you move, you lose. And I can't blame nobody but me. Shout out to the chat. Didn't know. Yeah, man. Sim said I had left New York in 2014. So I've been down here for quite a while. Yeah. I'm from Yonkers, New York, 914 Westchester County, New York. Born and raised. My father, born and raised up there. My grandmother, born and raised up there. Her mother, born and raised up there. Her mother, born and raised up there. I should have never left New York. This was the biggest mistake. If I ever made any kind of mistakes in my life, was to move from where I should have never, ever left. Because once I left New York, everything changed. Everything changed. The cousin, before I left New York, I had lost my apartment. So I was staying with a cousin of mine. I stayed with her for 6 months. I moved down here to South Carolina. She passed away last year. She was a young woman. And I was shocked when she passed away because she got 2 children. They're teenagers now. And she got a baby. She just had the baby. She had that baby two years before she passed. So everything has changed now. The whole game up there has changed. All the people that I knew or I dealt with, they're not there anymore. A lot of people passed away, and a lot of people moved away. Like one of my homegirls, she moved from New York to Ohio. She stayed in Ohio for like 9 months, then she moved back to New York. But I don't know where she stay at now. Hey, that's all right, Simset. It's all good. It's all good. Shout out to the chat. One thing I've learned, nobody lives forever. And you never know when it's your turn to get on out of here. You never know. You never know. Sometimes you be thinking you know. You got an inclination that something getting ready to happen. I'm going to tell you something. When you get a gut feeling about something, and I want everyone in this chat to listen to it. I know I'm not nobody mama. I know I'm not nobody daddy. I know I'm not nobody aunt, nobody uncle. But I'm going to tell my chat this. When you get a deep gut feeling about anything, that is called your first mind. Do not doubt your first mind. Go with your first mind. Follow your first mind. Follow your gut feeling. If you getting ready to go down the street and you feel queasy, don't go down that street. I'm telling you, it's like little things that you can see that getting ready to happen before it happened. You know what I mean? Just like I gotta hurry up and get myself situated on a regular job because I don't want to be walking down that dark road where the bend is in the street like that and something happened. And then who would know anything? Unless I'm live and you guys see what happened. But I'm telling you, and I don't mean no harm. I don't mean no harm. I don't mean no harm. If I get tapped by any kind of car, clipped, anything, I don't mean no harm, you guys. I'm going to lay down on the ground. I'm going to pull out my other phone. I'm going to call 911. I'm going to call for me an ambulance, make me a police report, or that. Get the subscription of the car, the tail light if they decide to run, or that. I'm suing them. Ain't nobody going to be hitting your homegirl with the car and think they're not going to pay for it. Now look at this, you guys. This is a dead bird on the ground. Yet you guys see that? Oh my goodness. And I don't know what kind of bird it is. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Sunset. I'm walking to the office. Hold on. Oh, Sunset, I'm almost late. Oh, Sunset, I'm glad you said something. Oh, child. I gotta hurry up and get up the street, you guys. Well, it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna type in on the Tiffany type tablet. I'm getting ready to go to the office where they dispatch us for jobs, temporary jobs for the day. And if I'm successful, I'll get on a work ticket, get my equipment, go on the job, work the hours I need to work. Then when I get off, I get paid. You know what I mean? So I can pay for my way to get on the bus. I can pay for, whatever else I need for the house or for myself. So basically, that's where we're heading. Stop to look at the dead bird, you guys. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, so that's where we're heading. We're heading to the office where they do the dispatch so we can try to get on the job. And I was just telling Mika about one of my co-workers. I've been knowing him for years. He's a veteran, and him and his old lady, I thought they was in their apartment. I come to find out they back out here in the streets because they ain't want to pay their fucking bills. They ain't want to be responsible. And I don't mean no harm. That's why a lot of people want to be homeless. That way they don't have no bills to pay. They ain't got no rent to pay. They ain't got to worry about buying a whole bunch of groceries. They ain't got to worry about buying all kinds of crazy toiletries, nothing to clean the house, nothing. They ain't got no worries. The only worry they really got is to get something to eat, to stay out of the rain, and stay away from the police. That's the only 3 worries they got. Getting something to eat, staying out of the rain, and staying away from the police. Shout out to the chat. Well, Sim said, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, Sim said, because before I left New York, even when I was a little girl growing up in New York, I saw people out there in the streets, homeless, Sim said. These people had buku money in their bank account. These people had bank accounts. Out here panhandling, looking all bummy, living on the street, not doing nothing for themselves, not bathing, nothing. And sometimes some of these people die in the street. And people, come by and they take their bags and they throw them away. If you ever come across a person that's homeless and let's say they pass away and they got bags with them and it looks like newspapers is in that bag, you better think again. You better think again. Because I done seen the police pull out plenty of money out of those bags. The same bags that got the newspapers all folded up, nice and neat. The same bags that look like a book bag and all this other stuff. Them children be running around with bank accounts and they be running around with money. Wads of money. If they don't want to pay the full rent, only thing they got to do is apply for housing, apply for some kind of assistance so they can get help paying the rent. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's a lot of people. And there's some people that I'm getting ready to go to right up at this company. Some of them had an apartment. Some of them had a room somewhere. Guess what? They came right back out here to these streets. And I don't see nothing out here. I really don't. I don't see a goddamn thing out here. You can't sleep on these benches because they got it fixed. No, look at this bench. I'm getting ready to show y'all this bench real quick. You can't sleep on that. I mean, you could, but, oh, you can't even see it. But they got like a bar in the middle of this. You can't really sleep there unless you're a short person. What if you 6 feet, 5'10"? You can't sleep there. I don't mean no harm, you guys. I think they should build, instead of building all these damn apartments, what they need to do, like how they have the shelter right here, they need to build two transitional housing places for the people. Get the social workers in there, get whoever you need to get in there to get these people jobs, get these people with their benefits turned on, get these people into their own place. Because a lot of these people, believe it or not, are veterans. A lot of these people out here is veterans. Birdman was a veteran. Birdman was homeless out here until he met me. Until he fucking met me. Because I hooked him up with the landlord I was dealing with. And then he moved on from there. He went to the VA. He started going every day. He started keeping all his appointments. Next thing I knew, Birdman had a little apartment. A little apartment. Then Birdman eventually moved into his own house. He didn't live to enjoy it like the way he wanted to, but at least he tried. And some of these people out here don't even want to try. It's like they're afraid to try. It's like they're afraid to do it. Or if they do it, they sabotage their own selves. They destroy their own chances. Oh shit, there go a big, oh, that's a coyote right there, you guys. Oh shit, we gotta get the hell up on out of here. Sim said, I'm glad I looked down. I was trying to look down at the chat. There's a coyote out here, Sim said. Oh, Sim said, we gotta get the hell up on out of here. When you see one, there's a crowd of them. Oh, Sim said, we gotta get the hell up on out of here. Oh shit. I'm up here talking to Sim said, getting ready to look into the chat. Some say, look across the street. And I saw a goddamn coyote. Now, where you see one, there's a pack. I got to hurry up and move. I got to hurry up and move out of this area. Thank God I don't have my administration no more. Thank God I don't have a monthly no more. Thank God, thank God. Oh, Lord, let's get the hell up on out of here, you guys. Come on, you guys. I'm a chubby lady, but I can move fast. Sensei, you didn't see it? Oh, at first I thought it was a raccoon. But then some say, no, that ain't no damn raccoon. Look closer. It was a goddamn coyote. Come on, Sensei. Come on, chat. We got to get the fuck out of here. Let's put the pedal to the metal. Whew. I'm a heavy girl, but I can move when it's time for me to move. If I have to jump over a fence, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a flying fuck how fat I am, how chubby I am. I bet you I'm gonna get over that goddamn fence. I don't care if I lose my shoes. I don't give a fuck about that. If need be, yes, I will jump a goddamn fence. I will climb a fence to get away from the danger. To get away from the danger. Now, we almost ran into some danger. Thank God I was looking around. let me stop for 1 minute and read the chat. Mika, Mika, I'm telling you, we gotta get the hell out of here, Mika. Y'all didn't see that coyote, but I saw it. I said, wait a minute, what the fuck is that? At first, I thought it was a raccoon. So I wasn't really thinking none of it. I'm over here talking to Sunset. Next thing I know, some say, look close. That shit's a goddamn coyote. And when you see one, you said, you know a pack is coming. You know they do not travel by themselves. They do not travel by themselves. Unlike people, those things do not travel by themselves. Let me get the hell out of here. I remember when I was living in New Rochelle, New York, and we would be trying to catch the train. We'd be trying to catch the train that you would get on, because they have underground subways and they got regular trains. Child, used to go down to the train station down there in New Rochelle, New York, and the coyotes just be walking around. You see one, trust me, there's 4 more. There's 4 more. Let's get the hell up on out of here. Come on, you guys. We getting out of here. Now, I can't run down the street. I can't run. I mean, I could run if I want to, but I don't want people to be looking and, be like, oh, shit, there goes somebody running. But you know what? I should start doing what my sister did in New York. That's what I should start doing. What my sister used to do, she used to stand in a public place and then she'd be like, yo, watch me, Ray. And then she'll take off running and she'll look behind her as she running. Yo, everyone started looking behind them and started running in the same direction she was running. They was looking for whatever the threat was. My sister used to do that all the time. She used to do that all the time. Shout out to the chat. said, oh God. I saw that coyote. I said, oh, let me get the fuck out of here. I ain't trying to get bit up. I ain't trying to get bit up. Come on, Mika. Come on, Simset. Come on, chat. We got to get the hell up on out of here. You see, that ain't nothing but the devil getting busy this morning, trying to fuck with us early this morning. This is sad, sad, sad. There's some people standing up here. This is not a bus stop. Oh, it is a bus stop right here. Ah, damn. People standing at the bus stop early. I don't never usually see people, but I am running a little late than usual. Come on, y'all. We got to get out of here. We got to get out of here. I'm up here running my mouth, and I should have been paying attention. Thank God I was looking around. Thank God I was looking around. And Sam said, I thank you, because I was talking to you, and we was in a vibe. We was in a deep vibe. And the next thing I know, I looked up, and I saw that. I said, oh, Lord, let me get out of here. Let me get out of here. Yeah. Oh, let me get on the sidewalk. I'm so concentrating on moving as quickly as I can, but I gotta be careful moving quick because some of these sidewalks is damaged. They need repair. I don't want to trip and fall. Oh boy, everybody be laughing in. Oh, the whole YouTubes. If that shit will go viral. Yo, Mika, if I was to trip and fall and hurt myself, right? And I'm on camera doing it, that shit will go viral. The rabbits would be talking about me. The Quamites would be talking about me. Everybody would be talking about me. Oh yeah, did you see Arabia? She was on her morning walk. Oh, the news reporters would come out. Oh my goodness. Let's bring the news. Arabia Barbosa, the BT1000. She was on her way to work. She was on her way to the office to get on a work ticket. Ladies and gentlemen. And unfortunately for her, she was rushing. She was rushing because she saw coyote and she felt threatened. So she started moving fast. She had her chat, and her chat was running right along with her. And all of a sudden, she fell. And I know the whole world would be laughing at me. There was a song they did about me a few years ago. It was called Punish Me. And, and the words to the song is, she wants the whole world to punish me. To punish me. She wants me to be homeless. Oh my God. Yo, imagine them doing a drop. She was trying to get to work. She fell, and they would show me falling over and over and over again. Nobody would be trying to get into. There's only one person on this app, and they was to see that happening. They would call this phone. And the live would end. The video would drop. Mika, now you know they'd be laughing at me. The BT1000 on fell? Holy shit. That means the BT1000 was not looking at where she was going. The BT1000 was moving so fast. The BT1000 was talking to her chat. The BT1000 was trying to preserve herself, trying to save herself, and ended up falling. Mika, you know that shit would go viral. Good morning, Tamika. Tamika, you missed the whole thing. Girl, you missed the whole thing. You're going to have to catch the replay if you wasn't sitting in the chat. Yo, we just seen a coyote. Now, at first I thought it was a a raccoon. So I didn't really think, too much of it. You know what I mean? I looked real close, Tamika. That was a goddamn coyote. I hurry up and got out of there. I took my whole chat. I said, come on, chat. We're getting the hell up on out of here. Everybody in the chat started running with me. Everybody in the... But I got to be careful walking this way on this sidewalk because this sidewalk needs repair. It's broken. It's got chips in it. And I tripped over here before. And I don't want that to happen again. I don't want that to happen. I don't want to trip and fall. And that everyone... And to me, I don't mean no harm. The rabbits would be talking about me for the rest of the week. They would forget all about Lonnie. They would forget all about Ears to the Street. They would forget about everyone and talk about the BT 1000 falling. We got it on camera, you guys. We got it on video. In the words of Queen Regina, we got you on video. Ooh, I would be so embarrassed. I would be so embarrassed, Tamika. I don't think I would come back on these YouTube streets until maybe a week later. I'm for real. I would be so embarrassed if something like that was to happen to me and everyone was to be laughing and shit. And I would have to stay off the YouTube streets for a whole week. A whole fucking week. And everybody would still be laughing. You got some demons in this sector. They be laughing. If you get hurt and get killed, they be laughing. They would all laugh. I know how these demons think. Oh, Lord, look at these people. They fixing the road. Don't fix the road. Fix the sidewalk. Fix the sidewalk. Oh, Lord, they can't hear me. They can't hear me. They got all that hot tire. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, the other company just pulled up. So I might be on time. I used to do this for a living. If I wasn't flagging, I was laying down the black tar on the streets, on the roadways, the byways, the highways. Shout out to the chat. Okay, I'm here. Oh, we got here fast. Oh my God, you guys, we got here fast. We saw that coyote and we took off. Me, Mika, Sunset, everyone in the chat took the fuck off. We all ran down the street. I got here quicker than what I usually do. Oh, Lord. And I don't need nothing. And I just didn't want to fall down trying to rush down here. You know what I mean? Because that would look real funny if they see the chubby me, the BT 1000, falling and hurt myself. They'd be laughing at me all week. And don't let me knock out the teeth in my mouth. Don't let me knock out all of them. Don't let that happen to me. They'd really be laughing there. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, we hear some said, Tamika, you know I'm telling the truth. You know exactly what would happen if I was to fall and be on camera. Everyone, the rabbits, the outlaws, the snipers, the mafia, especially King Anthony Mafia. Oh, Lord, he'd be laughing his ass off. He'd be playing the video over and over. He'd have people on the panel. You know, they would forget all about KB. They would forget all about everyone they're talking about. They would forget about Lonnie just to talk about me. Falling down, hurting myself. Yeah, we hear you guys, and I thank y'all for helping me down this terrible road. We had to escape from the coyotes. We just came in front of the place. They're paving the streets. So yeah, I'm here, and I thank all of you for coming. I thank all of you for your visit. I thank all of you for your support. I thank all of you for for your love and your patience. I thank you from the bottom of my Cape Verdean heart. And shall we proceed in the words of Moonlight? Let's read.